Next up, we have Homemade Bakery, and off the bat, you definitely get extra marks for this cool picture. Let me just scroll down to find 7. Go. So you said low. Okay, this makes sense. In terms of if you argue that they use websites to contact you and also internet banking to make payments, that's why I need to go check quickly. Okay, so if I quickly look at this, you would need to argue medium as well, because if they place an order, even if that's using low contact, mainly it would be medium. So they contact you, then they order whatever they want, so 12 cupcakes. You still need to deliver that, or they still need to collect it. So I would rather say medium, so minimal interaction with the company. Just check that one. But for argument, when it's low contact would be for social media, but the core service would be medium. Customer visits, because exactly my point. If the customer has to fetch their orders, which would be 12 cupcakes, it can't just be low level. It must be medium. So just keep that in mind. Or if the service provider visits. If you deliver, same thing. There would be physical interaction between the customer and the service provider. Hence, it needs to be medium. Timing. This makes sense. Late deliveries could lead to dissatisfaction and loss of customers. Just provide a practical example. Let's say someone orders 12 cakes. You tell them, okay, it's going to take 3 days and the delivery will take half an hour. I need specific times there, or just an idea of practical timing, or if someone needs a wedding cake like ASAP. It's Tuesday, they want it Saturday, then you accommodate that or not in terms of the timing. Operating hours, okay, when are you open, when not. Then duration, yeah, quality baking, delivery standards, long duration leads to impatience. That makes sense. Again, give me a practical example. How long would it take to bake 6 cupcakes versus 60? Just a practical example like that. So I would say 1 hour for one batch of a dozen, and then 3 days to bake 1,000. Just some estimation. Okay, so while this is not incorrect in terms of payment considerations, I'm looking for payment before, payment during, after, or just after. I would say yours it can be payment before service delivery. So they need to do an upfront payment to place the order, and then once you deliver, the payment's done. Or you can say, well, payment before, so that's the 50% deposit on their order, 50% when you deliver. So please make sure you just understand those 3 options. So payment before, payment after, or payment before and after. And then yes, great. Burger King. Okay, I like your advantages. Just check my first video that you also study the standard advantages and disadvantages in the textbook, and then name the headings and then apply it. Because if we ask you to identify them and apply, you need to get those marks for example, like wide distribution or cost savings or whatever. Just do the heading and then the application. This looks good. All of your answers looks good. Disadvantages, significant. Yeah, upfront investment. That's totally true. I think it's quite expensive to have a franchise. Yeah, this is good. So just apply it though. Equipment like the fryers, the franchise fees to have rights to operate as Burger King, inventory, what types, the tables, chairs, whatever. Just give some examples. Yeah, like limited control over menu offerings. For example, you can't have, in the same country, of course, you can't have one in Cape Town that offers completely different menu options than something in the Free State. But country to country, it actually differs, but depending on the culture. For example, in Muslim countries, they won't sell any pork products. That's just an example. Limited control over that, since Burger King has pork items like bacon. There would be limited control on a franchise. That's probably why they don't have them in Muslim countries. Yeah, that's it. Or they remove it entirely from the menu. So that was for that. 8.1. Yeah, good strategic strategy. Also, just check about a mission and a vision for your business. You want to be the go-to bakery in your in specific area. I didn't read your company description for the purpose of this video. I will do for marketing purposes. Prioritize customer satisfaction. Just double check for the who, what, when, where, how, and then apply that. Not now, but for the test, be able to do that. For the organizational requirements, please watch a few videos. For those who had it correct at the point of recording yours, none have. The main thing about this is your organizational structure. I mentioned this in the class. So you would have your hypothetical reasons or examples, purposes, whatever. You have your two individuals, but say for hypothetical scenarios, you have your baker, owner, or manager, or you have the owner on top, the manager, and then you have the baker, the baking manager. You have the marketing manager or the social media marketing specialist, and you have the procurement officer to do all of the supply chain management. That's the organizational structure. So you learned this in BMAN. That is what it's going to be. So in the test, if you want to get an upper hand, just draw a scheme. Just Google organizational structure and then apply that according to the business. Managerial requirements. Just check this one again. It relates to the leadership qualities and developing leaders within your business. So you would say the bakery management, homemade bakeries management needs to make sure they constantly encourage their bakers, their marketing specialists, their recruiters, their servers, their bakers. They need to constantly lead them, guide them to meet the strategic requirements, to realize the vision and mission of the company, reach the objectives, what would be required of a leader. So that's the management. Just check that one again. Also check this one. You need to interpret this answer, not provide theory. Knowledge, if I'm running a homemade bakery, I would need someone with a pastry and bakery qualifications and experience, so culinary experience. You also need someone that knows how to store, how to market, how to recruit customers. Just think of anything. You can't change this now, but think in terms of your test. You need to interpret what knowledge and what attitude the person or persons, employees from that business needs. For yours, it would be what I just mentioned, but also attitude. You can't have a grumpy baker. You need someone that is knowledgeable, that has enthusiasm for baking, that has a passion for baking, and those types of things. For 8.3, I just want to double check this is 8.1. So I don't see 8.2. Please watch a few other videos. For yours, to deliver quality through people, you said your necessary skills for baking, but also qualities like attention to detail. Yeah, that's very valid. If we look at the core skills needed, you need someone that has culinary experience. They need that qualification and a few years experience as a baker. That would be the core necessity for hiring the right people. Obviously, if you want someone that can successfully recruit customers and also maintain stakeholder relations, you need someone with experience in the baking industry and someone that knows, since it's a food-based company, you need someone that has the knowledge that would link with the previous one about food, the food environment and safety and such. Develop people through training. This is easy for yours. You can just make sure they go through pastry or baking courses, or how to have better or unique and creative designs for reconstructing the dough, so that when the final product comes out, then it's a unique type of design for bread, or a different style to pipe cupcakes, anything like that. So what type of training can you offer your employees? As for the test, Just for any of the four, though, make sure you can interpret that.